with the RTE weather forecast from Met Éireann. Here's David Rogers.
Thank you. Good afternoon from Met Éireann. Well, it's going to be generally overcast this afternoon with rain extending to all areas. The rain will turn heavy at times over the southern half of the country going into the evening, with the possibility of localised flooding there. However,
well, I would have grown up in Roundstone, which is about 40 miles south of Clifton. That's just on the sea itself as well. And I come from a fishing background. My brothers would have been fishing. And so, yeah, I wouldn't like to live too far away from the sea. I was out fishing with my brothers one day. This is going back maybe 20 years ago. And I spotted a kind of shape or a line way off in the horizon. And we went up, we were fishing, we went up close beside him. And there was a sea kayak on his own, just paddling off completely on his turn, miles out into the sea itself. And I was thinking to myself, that's a nice way to travel, like it's a nice way to be for a while as well. And then I had an opportunity to buy an old sea kayak from Little Killery, which I got for about, I think it was 50 quid. That's 17 years ago. Brought it down in an old Jeep and just put it out down around Gurchin and Dogs Bay. There's two kind of little beaches there, and just went out there mooching around for a while. I was scared, like, it was the first time on my own going out into the big blue, like. But there was a kind of few nerves and stuff like that, like what would happen if I capsized or would I be able to get out? Yeah, it was just nice, exciting time as well, like. But again, it's the pace off that I like. I did one sea kayaking course in Killery itself as well, and that was good as well. Basics, navigation, safety, they go through a list of things you need to be made aware of, different types of strokes, different types of rolls, just being able to read charts. Yeah, and that was it. And after that, really, it was a case just getting out. I'd sometimes try and make sure I go out with another character as well, like, who'd be maybe better than me, so I'd learn from them itself as well. The longest trip we've ever done with myself and two other mates would have been like a paddle coast around Ireland, and that's about 800-900 k's for, let's say, 10 weeks. Like, that would have been the longest trip. Like, that took a fair bit of planning and organisation and studying and practicing and sort of building up strength as well to go out for a full day's paddle. Not just one day, but being able to do it consecutively to 10 days, 12 days, 14 days on a trot, like, depending on the weather. I remember one time, I think we were coming across, was it Dundalk Bay or someplace there? And I think we didn't speak for about 4 or 5 hours. And yet the three of us were 15-20 metres apart, like, nothing said all day. And you're doing that kind of repetitive action for 4 or 5 hours, flat day. It's like meditating in a while, like. You just like walk, just paddling, meditating, you can drift off completely because your body's so used to this motion that you just zone out for a while. Like, part of the kind of attraction would have been to see kind of a lot more of things like whales. That's what you'd see with, hoping to see some of those. Dolphins, you would have seen quite a few knocking around. Sometimes they come up to the kayak, and then you'd be kind of freaking too. You'd be wondering what they'd be doing. Don't come too close. Because they're big beasts, like, you're on your foot off the water, next thing this thing comes gliding right beside you, like with its fin up, and you're thinking, oh, don't, please. But it's lovely to get that close to it too, because you're literally only about a foot off the water, so you're almost, literally half of you is in the water, because half the boat will be sitting in the sea itself, and there's only about a couple of mil of fiberglass between you and the sea. I think the hardest call is when not to go out. You know what I mean? That would be the hardest call, is when to try and put all the information together and say, no, this is too strong, this is too much for me in a way as well, and just leave it alone. Like, just a hard call. I didn't like making it. I would have continued on paddling and just keep going, just as the way of life. Very simple way of life.